We think we know when history began, but the Earth remembers differently. Beneath our cities, under layers of asphalt and archives, the ground carries a memory that doesn't fit the textbooks. From the dry caves of Anatolia to the silent tundras of North America, every continent whispers of hands that worked stone and metal long before our first civilizations. Official science insists these are coincidences, misinterpretations, noise in the geological record. But what if the noise is the real signal? What if the pattern we call progress is only a fragment of something much older, repeatedly erased? These 7 discoveries do not just expand history, they rewrite its geometry. They are not isolated anomalies. Together, they hint at a design that human chronology was never meant to reveal. The first discovery was made by accident during simple drilling on the shore of a lake, the Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone. In 1872, workers near Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire were digging post holes for a fence when their augers struck something smooth and unnatural. A dark, egg-shaped stone carved with symbols no local tribe recognized. The coordinates 43.633 degrees north, 71.312 degrees west mark where the object was pulled from glacial soil nearly 2 meters deep. It was turned over to Senator Spalding of Meredith, who sent it to the New Hampshire Historical Society, where it still resides, cataloged as item 187212A. Stratigraphic analysis placed a layer at roughly 4,000 years old, though the object's perfect polish suggested tools that didn't exist in the region for another 2 millennia. Initial studies in the 1930 seconds described it as a ceremonial amulet, its fine engravings likened to Native American iconography. Later, X-ray and electron microscopy revealed minute boreholes spiraled with machine-like precision, impossible to reproduce with stone or bone drills. Petrological tests confirmed it was hematite, not native to New England, and likely imported from far to the west. No quarry of matching mineral composition exists within 1,000 miles. The Dashka Stone, the map of a forgotten world. In 1999, geologists in the Ural Mountains near Bashkortostan unearthed a massive stone slab during a survey for a marble quarry. Coordinates 54,952 тысячных N, 56,58 E. Measuring over 1.5 meters across and weighing nearly a ton, the slab showed not random lines, but a relief map rivers, valleys, and mountain ridges that matched modern topography around Ufa. What made it impossible was its age. Samples of the surrounding clay, analyzed through stratigraphy and uranium-thorium dating at Moscow State University, indicated a formation period between 90 and 120 million years ago. At first, scientists assumed it was a natural pattern dendritic erosion, or mineral veining mistaken for cartography. But closer inspection under optical microscopy revealed symmetrical channels, flat terraces, and carved notches unmistakable human geometry. When computer engineers from the Institute of Cartography compared the relief with satellite data, they found a 99.6% match to current hydrological features, scaled perfectly with elevation gradients encoded in 3-dimensional proportion. According to geologist Alexander Truvirov, no known civilization could have produced this, at least no civilization known to us. The Saqqara bird. In 1898, a wooden figure shaped like a stylized falcon was found in a sealed tomb at Saqqara, Egypt, dated around 200 BCE. Stored today in Cairo Museum under catalog note 6347, it was dismissed as a toy until aeronautical engineer Khalil Messiah examined it in 1969. Made of sycamore, it lacked hieroglyphic markings but possessed a curved leading edge, dihedral wings, and a vertical tail features absent in ancient art yet identical to modern gliders. When researchers built scaled models and tested them in a wind tunnel, the object generated stable lift. Some claimed it represented the soulbird Ba, but aerodynamic symmetry and center of gravity placement were mathematically deliberate. The wood's tool marks matched bronze chisels, not rough carving. NASA engineers who reviewed the data admitted it flies. Egyptologists remain silent. A model aircraft, 2,000 years too soon history keeps pretending it never took off. The Fuente Magna Bowl. In 1958, near Lake Titicaca, Bolivia, a farmer unearthed a large stone vessel inscribed with two scripts, one Sumerian cuneiform, the other Proto-Punic. Archaeologist Max Portugal Zamora verified the find and dated it to around 3,500 BCE, though no Mesopotamian contact with South America is accepted by Orthodox history. Petrographic study confirmed the bowl's local sandstone origin, yet its symbols translated into a Sumerian fertility hymn invoking Ninhursag. When Bolivian and Iraqi epigraphers cross-compared the glyphs, stroke-for-stroke matches appeared. Some claimed it was a 19th century forgery, but the carbonate patina covering the engravings predated modern tools. The artifact now sits in La Paz's Museo de Metales Preciosos under quiet dispute. If authentic, it links the Andes and the Euphrates across oceans and epochs. Either our ancestors sailed farther than we believe, or someone remembered both shores. The Antikythera mechanism in 1901, sponge divers off the coast of Antikythera, Greece 35.881 degrees N, 23.305 degrees E, discovered a corroded bronze mass among shipwreck debris dated to the 1st century BCE. When it was cleaned in Athens decades later, gears emerged over 30 precision-cut wheels arranged in interlocking sequence. X-ray tomography in 2005 revealed a planetary calculator capable of predicting lunar phases, eclipses, and even the 4-year Olympiad cycle. Yet, its gear ratios correspond to 19th century engineering standards, using tolerances within hundredths of a millimeter. Metallurgical scans showed cold-cast bronze teeth, a process thought impossible before industrial presses. No comparable device appears again for over 1,000 years. Historians call it an isolated miracle. Engineers call it design continuity without precedent. Who built it remains unknown. It behaves less like a relic and more like recovered technology, a memory of machinery from a vanished lineage of hands that once measured the heavens with impossible precision. The London Hammer. In 1936, near Red Creek, Texas, a couple discovered a wooden handle protruding from a nodule of Asian limestone. When geologist Fred Gray analyzed it in 1983, the stone encasing the hammer dated to the lower Cretaceous, roughly 100 million years old. The hammer itself, preserved under mineralization, contained 96% pure iron, 2.6% chlorine, and traces of sulfur, an alloy with no oxidation after decades of exposure. Its handle was partially carbonized, and the hammerhead magnetically inert, as if forged in a low-gravity environment or vacuum. Critics said it was a miner's tool accidentally encased in a concretion, yet radiographic scans showed perfect continuity between metal and surrounding rock. No fracture lines, no intrusion channels. Today, it rests in the Creation Evidence Museum in Glen Rose, labeled an anomaly. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's the echo of a civilization erased so cleanly that only a single tool remains to remember the work it once performed. The Nebra Sky Disk. In 1999, two treasure hunters using illegal metal detectors unearthed a bronze disc on Mittelberg Hill near Nebra, Germany. The artifact, later dated to about 1,600 BCE, was covered in gold symbols, a sun, crescent moon, and cluster stars forming the Pleiades. Chemical analysis traced the bronze to Austrian ore and the gold inlays to Cornwall, England, implying a trade network that shouldn't have existed in Europe's Bronze Age. When astronomers overlaid the patterns, they matched solstice alignments with near-modern precision, predicting lunar cycles and eclipse intervals. Yet, spectrometry revealed that the gold had been applied in 3 separate phases, suggesting centuries of revision knowledge inherited, not invented. Officially, it's called a ritual object. Unofficially, it's an analog star chart thousands of years too advanced. Displayed now in Halle State Museum, the disc glows like a command sent through time, reminding us that someone, long before us, already watched the same stars and measured the same silence.